بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. اللهم لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. اللهم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. اللهم اجعل هذا الجمع جمعا مرحوما والتفرق بعده تفرقا معصوما ولا تدع فينا شقيا ولا محروما. In the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most compassionate, the most merciful, all praise and thanks are due to Him, and peace and blessings be upon His beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. He who is guided by the will of Allah, no one can misguide him, and he who is misguided, no one can guide him except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Alhamdulillah, that we do bear witness that there is no God but Allah, and Muhammad is His messenger. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Man la yashkuru an-nas la yashkuru Allah. I have to say Jazakumullah khairah for inviting me to be with you in this beautiful project of Sadaqah Jariyah, and I hope all of us inshallah we will share the ajr inshallah. Now I have a very limited minutes to deliver my speech. There is a goal. My job is to put the seeds or to create the enthusiasm to pay more. Because you already came, I'm not here to convince you to support, because you already came to support. So I want to share with you a moment of Iman. Maybe I might be able, by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to open some new, let's say, aspects might not be in your process of thinking. Just to encourage to more and not to leave this place, but holding this kind of this kind of heavy burden to keep supporting this school and other schools. Quick 3 stories I will start my talk with. Then I will send very quick encapsulated messages. Story number 1 with the title of Be Aware of the Sunday School Mentality. Now, this story in brief. I was attending a special meeting at the Islamic school of my kids. One of the teachers was explaining something to us. He told us, have you ever heard about the Sunday school mentality? He was 30 something and he was the most beloved teacher in the school of my kids. None of us, the parents, realized what he was talking about. Then he said, look, about 25 years ago, 20 something years ago, which say, for example, late 90s or more or less, because I was from those Muslims who were raised in this country, and I used to go to the public school like the majority. Said my parents used to send me to the Sunday school. At that time, we were very happy to have 1 hour a week to have either an Arabic class or Islamic studies class. He said later on, I discovered the following, that my parents were very happy, very satisfied that they have done their job by sending me to 1 hour Sunday school Arabic or Islamic studies. And I was facing at the public school, look, he's talking about more than 20 years ago, which was the situation very close to be angelic. It was like paradise at that time. I was facing 40 hours a week of a lot of things that were trying to eliminate, to destroy my inner thinking, compared with 1 hour a week, and they were satisfied. They did not feel that they have any kind of shortcomings. So he came to us to tell, be careful not to fall into the trap of the Sunday school mentality. This about 30 years ago. Now, after what everyone knows has already happened about the immense changing, now there is an attack against the fitra now. It's not just something about their behaviors. No. The human fitra is under attack. They want to destroy it. So this is message number 1. What is the best thing to save? That's why the title of my talk, I said, let the school or Islamic school be your partner in raising your kids in this country. This is message number 1. Message number 2. About 3 months, more or less ago, it happened by the will of Allah. Literally we say, or linguistically we say صدفة or qadaran, coincidentally. It's by the will of Allah. In less than 1 week, literally in 6 days, I received 3 cases of families, Arab Muslim families, their daughters with the age of 20, 22, 25, 3 of them, to 2 of them, they left Islam. They committed ridda, apostasy, and they started following another religion. And one of them was considering leaving Islam to follow the same religion, about to. The 3 of them, they contacted me in 6 days. It happened by the will of Allah. Now, I did my best to help. One of them, she refused completely to sit with me. She insisted, she does not care. One of them, she accepted through just the online. The third one accepted to come to the office with the parents. One of the things that I discovered of common ground between the 3 of them, they are not still kids, 20, 22, 25. One of the main common ground between them, they're close friends. Close friends. They pushed them somehow. They were one of the main reasons that at the age of 20, 22, 25, they left Islam and they declared the ridda and decided following another religion. Close friends. And we know that the best time and the most powerful time to choose friends, whether we love or not, is at school. At the school. So if I don't pay attention, where do my kids go? Let me just take a lesson from this. Third story, then I will send my messages depending on the spirit of these 3 stories. Third one, it's a Quranic story. We know the ayat, but some of us might not be aware of the reason of these verses. I will quote the verses after I say this story. Now, 2 people from the people of the Mecca, from the Mushrikeen of Mecca. One of them is Uqba bin Abi Mu'ayt. The other one is, I forget the name. مين ذكرني؟ تبعته ما يعض الظالم على يديه. عقبة بن أبي معيط. لا إله إلا الله. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد. أبي بن كعب. I think أبي. أبي and عقبة بن أبي معيط and another one of the mushrikeen. I forget his name. Maybe أبي. Now, both of them, they were very, very close friends in Mecca. So it happened that the other one, not Uqba, which I forgot his name, I think Ubay ibn Ka'b maybe. Ubay ibn Khalaf, Jazakallah khair, yes. Ubay ibn Khalaf. Ubay ibn Khalaf and Uqba bin Abi Mu'ayt. Ubay ibn Khalaf left Mecca in a journey for some of his private business. At that time, Uqba bin Abi Mu'ayt, it happened that he made like a meal, invitation to a meal. One of those who were invited, I like the Arab culture in Mecca, was Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, as an Arab person of the people of Mecca. So he came. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is a da'iyah, is a prophet. He has a message. So he said, Ya Uqba, I will not touch your food unless you say, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. So Uqba, one of the riwayat, narrations said he was embarrassed. Some of the other riwayat, they said, no, he really considered and he did. However, literally, superficially, he said it. He said, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah. Now, you know, it went viral. That Uqba became a Muslim, or Uqba did commit kufr against the religion of Mecca. Ubay bin Khalaf came. He was the closest friend to him. He heard about the news, so he came to him now. Up to this point, it's normal. He said, أصحيح يا عقبة ما سمعت أصحيح أن قد صبأت عن دين آبائك وأجدادك. Have you forsaken? Have you left the religion of your fathers? He said, no. He said, no, just don't worry, man. I was embarrassed. Up to this moment, he could have accepted it. Look what he did. قال لا والله قال إن وجهي من وجهك حرام بيتي عليك حرام وبيتك علي حرام طعامك علي حرام وطعامي عليك حرام. He said an Arabic rhetorical expression which means I will boycott you. My face will be prohibited, which means I will not speak with you. My house will be prohibited. I will not allow you to visit me. Your house will be prohibited, which means I will not visit you. I will not eat your food. I will not allow you to come or to see me. قال حتى تأتي محمدا وتبصق في وجهه وتكفر في دينه. Said till you go and spit in the face of Muhammad in public and you declare the ridda and kufr of this religion, I will not accept you. I will consider you cheating and lying. No. Look how close friendship they have. The mukhlas, the sincere friend. Now, the riwayat said he went and he did send the spit. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it come back in his face and make a mark till he passed away in his face. And he declared the ridda. Whether he was embarrassed or he did it, the end result, he committed the ridda. Then Allah revealed the verses that you know, which is وَيَوْمَ يَعَضُّ الظَّالِمُ عَلَى يَدَيْهِ يَقُولُ يَا لَيْتَنِي اتَّخَذْتُ مَعَ الرَّسُولِ سَبِيلًا يَا وَيْلَتَى لَيْتَنِي لَمْ أَتَّخِذْ فُلَانًا خَلِيلًا لَقَدْ أَضَلَّنِي عَنِ الذِّكْرِ بَعْدَ إِذْ جَاءَنِي وَكَانَ الشَّيْطَانُ لِلْإِنسَانِ خَذُولًا. And be aware of the day the wrongdoer will bite his nails in regret and say, oh, I wish I had followed the way along with the messenger. Woe to me, I wish I had never taken so and so as a close friend. This is what I need, close friend. It was he who truly made me stray from the reminder after it had reached me. And Satan has always betrayed humanity. So I'm revolving around the quality time compared between Sunday school and the 40 hours in public school. I'm talking about the closeness and the friendship and the most powerful impact on our kids, the environment. In light of this, let me send just quick messages. I believe if I asked every single person of you individually, we will agree that the majority of us, we came to this country, regardless what was the motivation, politically, security, whatever, one of our biggest aims in staying here is to take care of our families and to secure the future of our kids. Yes or no? Especially Arabs. It's embedded in the culture. Any Arab, you ask him, why you go to the Gulf, the Khalij? أأمن مستقبل أولادي. I want to secure the future of my kids. Why do you travel and work 2, 3, 4 jobs? I want to secure the future of my kids. I want to take care of my family. 99% of us. طيب. In light now, if the future of my kids could be وَالْعِيَاذُ بِاللَّهِ in light of this going to Jahannam, depending on who are their friends, what is the environment around them, what kind of peer pressure they are receiving on daily basis to change their behavior, their identity, their feelings, their priorities, everything exists in. Where does this happen? The most important, powerful factory of the identity, the school. And I always highlight what I call the triangle of our existence, of our society, the triangle. Home, school, masjid. A table can stand on 4 pillars easily. 5 pillars, barakah, blessings. 6 pillars, but no table with less than 3 legs. The basic 3 pillars: home, madrasa, school, masjid. Our job now, I will not discuss home now, I will just discuss the masjid now. I believe the most second important after the house, the home, the tranquility, the peace, the good behavior between the father and mother is the madrasa, not even the masjid. We can live without masajid, but wallahi without schools in this time, 90% of our kids, they are lost. So therefore, we will be very far, God forbid. All of us, we all have kids. قُوا يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا قُوا أَنفُسَكُمْ وَأَهْلِيكُمْ نَارًا وَقُودُهَا النَّاسُ وَالْحِجَارَ عَلَيْهَا مَلَائِكَةٌ. All who you believe, protect yourselves and your families, your kids, anyone whom you are taking care of from the hellfire, which its fuel is based on stones and human beings. My son could be one of them, my daughter could be one of them. In light of this, let's always be happy about the glad tidings. What the glad tidings? When someone comes and they are ready to provide this service, which without we can't live. So they are doing, I'm not just talking about this Islamic school or just MAC, I'm talking about any Muslim group who are supporting any Islamic madrasa. They are applying, and I will finish with this, what we call Fard al-Kifaya. 2 terminologies, it's good to be clear in our minds. We have something called Fard Ain. in the Islamic jurisprudence, this fiqh al-Islami, or in the principles of Islamic jurisprudence, which is usul fiqh al-Islami, we have two terminology, fard ayn, fard kifaya. Fard al-ayn, it's the mandatory, the obligatory action of worship, action of worship, or act of worship, which is mandatory to every single individual, like the 5-time prayers. I have to pray by myself. No one can compensate. No one can take it on my behalf. It's fard ayn. فرض الكفاية, the definition of فرض الكفاية قال هو الأمر الذي إذا قام به مجموع أو أحد من الأمة سقط الإثم عن الباقين. It's the mandatory, something which is an obligation. If a group of Muslims did it, none of other Muslims will be sinful. If none of them did it, all of them they are sinful. So Islamic schools are part of fard al-kifaya. When a group of Muslims, they do it, they will reduce the possibility of all of us to be sinful, committing a sin by not having a place to protect our identity. The end result, what is the importance of the whole issue? We are here in a space mission. Do you agree with me? Literally, I don't joke. We are in a space mission, literally. Our father Adam left the Jannah. We came on a space mission, istikhlaf. Successive authority. We are asked to worship, to obey, look to the commandments, and to spread the khayr. كذلك جعلناكم أمة وسطا لتكونوا شهداء على الناس. We therefore made you an intermediate, balanced ummah, so that will be shuhada. Shuhada means witnesses. The meaning of witnesses here to be a criterion, standard. Humanity needs you. But if we did not take care of the identity of our generation, how come they will be the standard? How standard? Most of the human beings, they are lost now. Their fitra is attacked completely. Who will lead? Imagine, in theory, group of human beings, they wanted to return back to the origin of their inner nature. Who is the only group on planet Earth still holding the truth? Who is the only group that's holding that alcohol is haram, apart from Muslims? Who's on earth is still holding strictly that any promiscuity or any kind of sexual relation between a male and female outside the institution of marriage is prohibited, except Islam and Muslims? Who's holding the notion that riba, usury, which kills 99% of people on earth, is prohibited, except Islam and Muslims? Who's holding that drugs is haram, gambling is haram, prostitution is haram? Who? Just Islam and Muslims, literally just. No one others dare to say it now. They can't. It's not just we can't. We have, because you have no other option. Because if we said something other, we will commit apostasy, we will be non-Muslims. So it's not up to us. It's because of the mercy of Allah. So this message should be held by the new generation. Where? In such places. So supporting such a place is something goes in parallel with the basic reason of our existence, which is إِنِّي جَعَلٌ فِي الْأَرْضِ خَلِيفَةٌ. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told the angels that I will be put down on earth a successive authority. This part of the fulfillment of this istikhlaf by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As I told you, I'm not here to convince you. I'm just to plant the seeds of such a project should be always be supported, not just with this dinner. After this dinner, anyone should be looking to any way, connecting, speaking, spreading, sharing, whatever, so that we will have in 10 years another 10, inshallah, madaris like this madrasa. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept your deeds. Jazakumullahu khair for coming. Barakallahu feekum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. بارك الله فيك.